Just waiting for everyone to arrive. I'm a little bit early on this live stream. I'm a bit new to all of this live streaming and on Zoom and then through to Facebook, so I've done it all a bit early, but never mind. Just waiting for everyone to arrive. I'm a little bit early on this live stream. Let's see who we've got on here. I'm a bit new to all of this live streaming and on Zoom and then through to Facebook, so I've done it all a bit early, but never mind. Just waiting for everyone to arrive. I'm a little bit early on this live stream. Cool. Everybody that's here with me on Facebook already, I'm early. Let's see who we've got on here. I'm a Virgo. I'm a bit new to all of this live streaming and on Zoom and then through to Facebook, so I think that I had, if we had an echo for a little while there, I had Facebook on where I was just testing it, but that's gone now, I do hope. And, oh dear, I keep pressing lots of different buttons. So I'm just getting ready, everybody. Bear with me, bear with me. I'm nearly ready. She says, who have we got here? Where does it tell me who's here? Oh, there we go. 10. There we have it. So we've just got 5 minutes until we begin. And I'm going to be talking to you about Unleash Your True Potential. And it's one of my favorite subjects. I love delivering this and I love taking you on shamanic journeys, and that's what we're going to do today. So if you are watching this with me live on one of Facebook or YouTube, do hang on. We are going to be getting right into the content in about 5 minutes at 2 p.m. when I was supposed to begin, but I was over anxious and got here ready and early. So, a couple more minutes while we get everybody who's going to be coming on. And if you are here watching me, do please say hello. Let me know you're with me live and tell me where you are. I have a feeling that we are spread across the globe, far and wide, not just in the UK, which is where I'm from, but all over America, Europe. I think even some people are from New Zealand, but I've got a feeling you won't be watching that live because it's 3 a.m. and you may be catching the replay. Hello, everybody. Oh, we have someone here from Croatia and Slovakia. That's Tereska. Hello, lovely to see you. And Nina from Croatia. Brilliant. Really wonderful to see you all coming. Now, I hope the echo's gone. And while we're sitting waiting for me to just start, just for everybody to join us live, have a think with while we're waiting. What does your true potential mean to you? And without allowing your mind to kind of take over and analyze it too much, just write down in your notebook or your journal the sort of thing that it means for you. Just so that you've put it down on paper. There's something very powerful about writing things that you've got going on in your mind down on paper with your hand, because it's that heart connection that allows you to ground the information and make it really quite real. So, got other people joining us live today this afternoon. Someone from Hull, hello, who are we? I can't see that at the moment. Oh, Elena, hello, very welcome. Let me know you're here as you join. Tell me where you are. And if you want to share with me what you think or what true potential actually means for you, put it in the chat, because it's a really good beginning for our time together. Let's just make sure I can see everybody's comments. Okay, got 1 minute to go, guys, and then we will get right into everything, all this gorgeous content that I've got to share with you. And I was sitting earlier with myself, having a look and inviting some kind of energetic way to unravel itself as to what we're going to be doing when we journey today. And it's really gorgeous. So get ready for that. Okay. Everybody's saying hello. Hello, Vivi. So I did think that we're going to be able to sort this out properly, but I can't. So I'm going to tell you here, everybody, I have my wonderful assistant with me today, Chris, and he's going to be assisting me with the comments and any questions that you have. He isn't a panelist, he's one of the attendees. So he's going to be messaging me sometimes with different questions, because once I get into the content of what it is that I want to share with you, I can't focus on your questions. So I'll be coming in and out. And Chris, if you're watching, I can see you're watching. There should be a button where you just message me directly, panelist, rather than attendees. And that's just our last little bit of housekeeping for everybody. If you are here live and you haven't already, please do say hello. Tell me where you're from, and have a little think and write in your journal what your true potential means to you. Okay, guys. Oh, I love this subject. And I wanted to really kind of get juicy with it today. So today is my Unleash Your True Potential Masterclass. So welcome. We are going to really make some huge shifts in your energetic vibration and open the door to your future self, because true potential for me means moving towards your future self. It's always just ahead of you, and it's part of your motivation and determination in how you move forwards. And it means that you're open to the possibilities available to you in your life. Now, I'm Sarah Negus, the modern day shaman. And in case you don't know me very well yet, my work is all about unlocking your inner barriers to success. Success, you see, is a frequency, and it comes from within. It's not the next job or the next launch or the next relationship. It is a state of being that vibrates from your heart and pulls a life of success to you. Because if you're attaching success to the next thing you achieve, it's always going to be slightly out of reach, just ahead of you. That success feeling, you're always going to be looking for it. And today, I'm going to share with you 3 practices that will really help you find connection to your spiritual potential, which I can tell you is wanting and waiting and bursting with anticipation for you to notice it and to allow it through. Not just in bits and pieces, but all the time. The first practice is observing ego and spirit and finding balance between them. The second is my way of effectively reframing a thought, a behavior, or a situation. And the third practice is a shamanic journey, which you can use to access your higher self, your true potential daily. And I do suggest that you sit with your spiritual energy, your higher self, your true potential as much as you possibly can. I will also be sharing with you the next steps that you can take if you are inspired and want to take this work further and live success rather than strive for it. But you know, why me? Why can I talk about this? Why am I an expert on spiritual energy, on success? Well, I have been working with energy for 23 years. I've built my own multiple six-figure business, and I have a track record of changing the way six and seven figure entrepreneurs work, helping them to double their turnover quickly while doing less. And I am lucky enough to count the global tech company Microsoft as a client, where I work with their executives, helping them develop their leadership qualities and build their emotional awareness, which is corporate speak for finding deeper meaning and spiritual connection. And my favorite way of working is with you guys, the curious, those who have an itch and those who know they are more than they are showing. My journey to now began when I was a small child, when I didn't really realize that seeing energy in the way that I do wasn't normal. I saw things very differently. And you see, all children before the age of about 7 have a different way of seeing the world. They have what we call theta brainwaves, which means that they think differently to adults who are predominantly living with beta brainwaves, which translates, if you like, to everyday thinking and a little bit of stress energy. But children aren't there yet. Children live with theta brainwaves as their normal. Now, this means imagination is easy. Believing in yourself is easy. The theta state is the same as dream time for adults, and it's where your imagination and creativity rule and where your subconscious helps you solve the problems you encounter in your daily lives. Theta state is where we're going today when we journey. Now, you'll move from beta brainwaves, which you'll be in at the moment because you're wanting to learn. That's beta. And we'll move into theta brainwaves quickly. And I invite you that when you do that, to trust what comes through to you. And it might seem like childlike imaginings. And actually, I hope it does, because this is exactly what we want, as this is how we will sidestep your ego. Your ego developed to help you survive. And it can get a very bad rap. But I see it as a good thing when it's balanced by a strong spiritual connection. It helps us stay motivated. It gets us up out of bed. It gets us dressed. And when we feel like our backs are up against the wall, it will come through and throw determination into the mix and help us get through our challenges. Let me give you a little bit of an example of a client's recent experience. She was in the middle of a promotional launch, but she had a few challenges. I mean, her social media accounts were hacked and everything was taken down by Facebook, which is her main platform. And yes, she was very upset. She was afraid she'd fail. She was afraid all her work would be for nothing. We spent some time journeying to find her spiritual energy in one of our sessions during the launch. And it was there, her spiritual energy was there, it was clear and it was strong, but it was a little wobbly and vulnerable because it seemed like things were going wrong. But then in our journey, she was shown the sun and she walked into its energy with this vulnerability. And she came through the energy of the sun and realized that it was about her holding the energy of her vision and trusting and believing in herself. So she got determined. She knew she was offering a valuable product. So she brought her higher self and her ego together. Her inner knowing and her motivation came into alignment. And despite the fact that she had no ad account and her personal profile was down, she still sold out her launch. It was a multiple six-figure launch in the end, even with all of these challenges. Now, this is the power of balance between spiritual energy and positive ego. That ego, the bad rap side of ego, can overtake, and the sound of your ego with too much power is easily recognized. And it will be particularly loud when you want to grow, when you can see a new future for yourself, and when you want to change. It will tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't. It will make you anxious. It will stop you from taking action for fear of change. And it will tell you that other things are priority. Like the ironing, I can be found ironing whenever I've got something important to do. A couple of years ago, when I was writing my first book, which is going to be published in the new year, I'm very excited to tell you. But back then, when I was actually getting it down on paper, I spent days ironing rather than writing, because I was having to stretch out of my comfort zone and be okay with sharing my story and parts of my inner truth. And my ego was really having a wobble. It was being quite mean to me. And your ego may also elicit a mean inner voice, telling you all manner of untruths. You're too much for others to handle. You want too much for yourself. You aren't deserving of anything good. You're too different. You're too demanding, too needy. Let's go through the list, shall we? Too ambitious, too competitive, too selfish. This is a good one that I get told. You're too excitable. Or my personal demon, you're a fraud. Now, that too muchness, that difference that is yours, is your spirit, your uniqueness, your balance, your inner spark and innate beauty. But your ego, remember, it was formed to keep you safe, to enable you to survive, was formed when you were a young, vulnerable child and you had no experience of anything much. And that child learned that its spirit, its difference, wasn't something that was safe to express, as our society conditions us to fit in and to be normal, to be the same as everyone else. And all your ego knows about life is based on what you've experienced so far. It's based on your past. So when change occurs, it evokes a physical response. Anxiety, fear, the churning in the pit of your stomach, all in order for you to survive the threat of change. So with that in mind, you can understand that your gut feeling is actually a physical response based only on your past, and it's governed by your ego. The quiet knowing voice inside your mind that says, yes, go on, or invites you to change track as this isn't going to feel good, is your intuitive self. And to give you an example from my life, she says, am I going to share this? Yes, I am. About 10 years ago, I had a disastrous relationship. Really, really disastrous relationship. Now, my inner voice was quietly telling me over and over again that it would be better not to go there, to pass this over, to say no. But my ego was so taken with being in a relationship with a creative. He was a fine art photographer and very good at it. And I was so impressed with how he looked. He was extremely handsome, tall and fit, ripped actually, that I ignored my own knowing of the truth. And it was disastrous. And it took me a good few months to gather myself when it ended. And in retrospect, it was the biggest lesson in understanding the difference between intuitive guidance and living with my ego leading the way. And it's a lesson I've not forgotten since. Do you know, and while we're here, one task that comes to mind for you is to journal after this masterclass has finished and track back to all the times in your life that ego has led, number one. Number two, what your gut feeling is like. What does it feel like when you've got a gut feeling? And number three, what your mean voice says to you when you're wanting to stretch beyond what you know. And then, number four, record all the times when you knew something, but drowned out that knowing with being busy or listening to your self-doubt or doing the ironing. And often, with hindsight, it is clear that we ignore the quiet, persistent inner voice of our spiritual self. But it's also so easy to forget these times. So I invite you to begin to notice and remember, and to make a note in your journal to ground your recognition of what you habitually do, so that when it's playing out in the background of your awareness, it can be seen and acknowledged. It is likely that what you discover from taking the time to journal just on these questions, what you discover will really surprise you. And it will definitely show you what you generally think and ultimately what distorted beliefs you have hanging around underneath the surface of your life and what you believe about you and the rest of the world. Now, we all have them, these buried, outdated beliefs and thought patterns. And as we explore our inner world, there is always more to discover about ourselves. And recognizing our patterns is the first step. We then have to untangle the energy of those patterns. And I find with all of my clients, and whether you're in a group or you're doing private mentoring with me, that shamanic journeying is a very effective way to do this. The process of journeying moves you into those theta brainwaves, or I call it trance, and it allows all that you've been conditioned to know about yourself to fall away. And you're shown your own spiritual truth. It's really a very magical experience, which we're going to come and have a go at later. To give you another example of how this can work, a client I've been working with has had a very strong belief that she was that too much thing we've been talking about. And in a journey in one of our sessions, she was shown her too much self in a shamanic journey. That too much self was her spirit, her soul, and the light in her heart. And as we journeyed further into the energy of it, she was shown that by keeping it hidden or small, she was actually doing the world a huge disservice. She saw that her voice and her message had merit and was needed, and it gave her a jolt. It was a real catalyst for her in her life. And she's changed many things about what she talks about. And she's actually gone on to work as an advocate for gender equality and diversity in the organisation that she works in, which was something that she always felt really passionate about, but never really expressed, because she didn't want to be that too much thing. So another journaling point for you guys could be to ask yourself, what is your too muchness about? And then when you've got it, we can go and attempt to reframe. Now, a reframe in the way that I do it is the opposite polarity of the energy that is playing in your head. So I'm a fraud and no one will listen to anything I say, reframes to, I'm an expert when it comes to my life, My work is my zone of genius. My message comes from my heart and helps others that resonate with it for the greatest good. You see that? The two ends of the same energy. Or the only way I'll be successful is to work really, 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 really hard. I have a lot of people that think and believe and act that one. Now, this reframes to working smart is the way, and success comes from within me, because success really is a vibration and a frequency that if your heart is beating with it, your life kind of organizes itself so that you feel successful all of the time because it is your vibration. And then we have the good old one that lots and lots and lots of women have. It's, I don't deserve to be loved because I'm not good enough. Now that reframes to, I am a unique human. No one else will think, feel, experience life as I do. I am success in being me, and I love myself in my perfect imperfections. Basically, imagine you are talking to a beloved child that needs extra positive guidance, and you'll find the reframe to your inner chatter will land very easily if you take that perspective. Now, once you have a handle on a reframe, you do need to integrate that reframe into the way you live. So if you reframe to, I love myself in my perfect imperfections, ask yourself how you can demonstrate to you, to your inner being, that you do actually love yourself. What actions show that love? It might be that you have to stop doing a few things, anything that you feel obligated to do, anything that feels like you're being taken for granted, or anything that you do that is overgiving will be on the list of things to stop if you are stepping into self-love. This integration of the reframe takes the reframe out of concept, out of something that's in your mind, and makes it lived, allows you to embody it, because it is not enough to make a reframe that you don't believe in. Tereska, I've just seen your question. If you are rejecting the words of the reframe in your body, it will not land. And I invite you to use that as a journaling point as to why you reject the reframe and cannot see it as part of your energy or something that you can receive. It will be something to do with you not being able to receive. You know, it is really all very well wanting, as most business owners do, or entrepreneurs do, or women in corporate, anyone really does, to be financially affluent. But if you're in business and you want that affluence, but you're overgiving to yourself, to your clients and to your friends and to your family, and you have rubbish boundaries, and it's likely, then it's more than likely actually that your business will be lacking financially. Because you see, this is self-worth and self-value. And in order to receive your worth and your value, you must be able to own it and stand true within it. And I'll just share with you another client's experience. She had a really great business idea, and it filled a huge gap in the market of the online space, actually. But she couldn't work out why no one wanted to buy what she had to offer. And we had what I call an energetic audit. It's one of my VIP days, where we looked at every aspect of her life to see where her energetic leaks and the things that she was doing that were not congruent with her idea of affluence and success. And it turned out there were lots of things, and they were actually personal. She was doing everything for her family, telling herself in that mean voice that she was a failure as a mother if she didn't. And she was allowing her husband to unknowingly undermine her ideas for her own business, to kind of make it as though it was a hobby. And once she saw this, she changed how she showed up at home and had to have really open and honest conversations with all of her children who are teenagers and with her husband. And these open and honest conversations in that self-worth and self-love expression changed the dynamics of her family totally. And today she's got a consistently profitable business. And that is 6 months since we've worked with each other. So it happened quickly. And it's absolutely supported nowadays by her family in its growth and her growth, which is so wonderful for her. She believed in herself. She trusted what she discovered when she journaled and journeyed, and she reframed her thoughts and owned her own value as a person. And more than that, she took responsibility for her behavior and action and found that everything changed for the better. And this sort of shift is available to all of us, to all of you, when we lean into this idea of success consciousness and our true potential. There are 6 qualities of what I call success consciousness. And these are self-belief, self-trust, self-worth, self-love, self-compassion, and self-knowing. And they lead to self-mastery and allow you to live success every day as your unique self, attracting a great business and a great life. And it's also a really wonderful way to wake up every day, and it brings true riches, not just financial ones, but real riches to your lived experience. And when you're connected to your true potential, you know that the possibilities available for you in your life are limitless. And it's those possibilities that when you're humming on that frequency and vibration of success and true potential, they come towards you serendipitously. I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. So although your true potential is always that thing just ahead of you, your future self, and it's held by the energy of your higher self, it is yours. And if you have that vibration of knowing that it runs and flows through you, then it's easy to connect with that. And connecting with that higher self, that all-knowing aspect of yourself, is how you easily hear your intuitive voice. The voice that spurs you on quietly and softly and peacefully. And that's what we're going to do just now. I'm going to take you all on a journey to show you how to move into that space of being open to receiving insight and intuitive guidance. Being able to connect with the way, the future you, the future self, your true potential. And I don't know everybody here that's on our group today, so I'm going to begin our journey with the way that I set energy up, my energetic journey activation. So bear with me as we go through it. Now, after the journey, I will be offering to answer your questions via the chat box. So if you have a burning question about the journey when we come out, then please do put it in the chat box, and I'll do my best in the time that we have together to answer as many questions as I can. Okay, guys. So what we want to do is I would invite you to just make sure that you're sitting comfortably with your feet on the floor and your back up straight and your palms turned up. Close your eyes. And then come down. into your own self, into your inner being. Come down into the center of you, your midline, which is the bony structure of your spine from your tailbone all the way up into your skull. It is the electrical impulses of your brain and central nervous system that sits within your skull and within your spine. And it is the pathway of your chakras from your base chakra that you're sitting on up to your sacral chakra in your lower tummy, and then to your solar plexus just by your diaphragm, to your heart in your chest, your throat in your neck, your third eye in your forehead and behind your eyes, and your crown, which opens up into the universe. Now, as you become aware of your midline, I'd like you to invite your energy from wherever it is in the universe to come and center and ground you. Come into your midline. Now, your energy may be anywhere. It may be with your children, with your family, with your business, with the to-do list or the shopping list. It might be in the future where you're thinking about what you want to achieve. Bring it back to your now. We've got to live now. This moment is so important. And how we live this moment is the foundation for where we go forwards. And this journey is that for you. And as you bring your energy all the way into your midline, I invite you to allow your base chakra to open and reach down into Mother Earth and securely ground you and tether you to the energy of our planet. Now that for most of you I can feel means that you've got to open your pelvic floor and allow yourself to ground and be part of the earth. Our Mother Earth holds us. And without deep connection to its roots, we cannot connect into the spiritual realms. That's better, everyone. And then from here, I invite you to open your crown chakra, that one on the top of your head. It's beautifully purple and opens white. And from there, reach up as high as you can reach with your imagination, with your intention, to the farthest reaches of the universe and pull down universal love, which is coming as a white kind of sparkly mist, and it's going to encircle you like a spiral and clear off anything that you no longer need from your day so that we can journey together. You'll notice your breath begins to soften. And I invite you to allow your solar plexus, your tummy, to open. And I invite you to sit in your mind's eye, that space behind your eyes in the inky blackness of your own inner world. And as you sit in your mind's eye, you'll see that a circular window opens in front of you. And as it opens in front of you, you see a spiral of golden energy leading you out into the cosmos, into the energy of the universe. Follow that spiral of golden energy. It's the golden wave. And it's coming symbolically today to show you the priceless nature of your potential, of your higher self, of your possibility. You'll see little flecks of light, and that's a diamond vibration. So we're going to a very high vibration today. Don't worry if nothing comes for you. It'll be a little bit of resistance, but trust me in the fact that energetically you're with me. And if you practice this again, I'm sure you'll get more if today you feel a little resistance to it. Let's just keep following that golden light. And what you'll see and what you'll notice is that you start to feel that you become that golden light. It's almost like you become a superhero that is able to fly within the light. And the light comes within you and you become the light. And as you move more deeply into this golden wave, the spiral deepens and you find yourself in a circle of golden light, a whole bubble of light around you and within you, within the universe. Now that light expands out as the universe expands, reaching new information, sending intention. And in this golden bubble, you will find you are faced or joined with the all-knowing aspect of you. Now, however that shows up, trust it. It will be symbolic. It may look like you. You may be wearing a wonderful cloak. You may be gold. You may be any number of things. You may be a small child. You may be a fairy with wings. You may not see. You may somehow know or feel. Trust what comes to you because it is your own unique experience. Now, this all-knowing part of you has a voice. She has a way of speaking into your mind. And she's going to do that now. And she's going to give you your next step in your evolution, in your growth, in your spiritual expansion. Trust whatever comes. If it's a symbol, accept the symbol. If she gives you a gift, accept the gift. If you have a sensation in your body, allow that to be your message. It will all mean something for you. Now, she also gives you a kind of lasso, a golden lasso. It's an ethereal thread, and she's going to hook it around your heart so that your connection with your higher self, your true potential, the possibilities for your life is deepened. And the invitation is to come into your mind's eye, to sit in your midline, to follow the spiral of golden energy, to allow the bubble to envelope you, and to sit with your higher self with the intention of moving into your true potential with solutions to your problems, with ideas for the future, with things that you have no control over but need assistance with. You bring it to this place and you share it with that all-knowing aspect of you in this very powerful, energetic vibration. Let me just stay here for a few moments more because it is really lovely. And then we give thanks. We open our hearts in gratitude and celebrate this process of connecting to that more of you, the spirit of you, the beauty of you, the soul of you. And then knowing that we are always connected, and even more so now, more deeply connected. The bubble starts to dissipate and turns back into a spiral, and brings you softly and slowly back through the energy of the universe, through the open window that's a portal into your own physical body and your mind's eye, the observer within you, the space behind your eyes. Knowing that whatever you've experienced is yours and has changed you in some way. This is a lived experience in an altered state of consciousness. Allow yourself to acknowledge and receive. And come back in then from your mind's eye down into your midline. That place that is your spine, the electrical impulses of your nervous system and your brain, and the pathway of your energetic chakras. Feel your feet on the floor. Wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. You can yawn if you need to, or take a big breath. And then when you're ready, come back into our group and our awareness and open your eyes. Well, I loved that. That was amazing. Thank you for trusting me to take you into that space. And just when you're all back, just acknowledge that you're back. Settle into your physical body. And don't forget, if you've got questions, put them in the chat box, and my wonderful Chris will help me see them, and I'll answer as many of them as I can before the end of this masterclass. Now, as we land after that journey, what often happens is that people immediately say, wow, that was awesome. Yes, we loved it, which is what's coming in the messages now. I'm so pleased, guys. But then they also say, what now? Sarah, what do we do now? I've, really loved what you've given me. So, full of information. How do I really move forwards with this? So if it's okay with you, I'm going to tell you about a really exciting project that I've been working on. And I'm looking for 10 women, 10 heart-centered business owners who want more in their lives, more success, more wealth, more impact, more of the universe's magic, to join me on a journey. A journey to freedom in every aspect of their lives, not just in terms of finances either, but in relationships and in growth. And I'm talking about the freedom to be your true potential, your authentic self, and to shine the light of your heart into all of the things that you dream of doing, living, feeling, and ultimately being. And that journey takes you to my group program, the Inner Circle of Success, where you'll uncover what is keeping you stuck, frustrated, and in a yo-yo of ups and downs, and where you'll lean back into trusting yourself fully, believing you can, finding you do, and then realizing that life is actually throwing you diamonds, not just lemons. And the Inner Circle of Success. Now, what can I tell you about it? It's an intimate community with only just 10 people. And everyone who joins me will be ready to step out of the shadow of their past, ready to embrace a glowing future available to them. It is inner work, deep inner work, and it will change you and how you expect your life to be forever. Now, ultimately, there are 3 truths in life. You were born gifted, you were born unique, and being normal is not something that you will ever be because you were born gifted and because you were born unique. So if you're ready to stop trying so hard to be what everyone else thinks that you should be, the Inner Circle of Success with me is for you. Now, what will you get in there? 6 group teaching sessions, very much like this one, for each of those success qualities that I outlined earlier. Self-worth, self-love, self-belief, self-trust, self-knowing, and self-compassion. Now, those teaching sessions will kickstart your own inner mentor and take you on a journey to aligned actions connected to that vibration of success and your most successful life. Now, these sessions will all include channeled shamanic journeys, probably a bit longer than we did today because there'll be 10 of us, and I'll be able to really get to know everybody. There'll also be a further 6 group mentoring sessions for questions and answers where I'll channel spiritual guidance specifically for you. And we will have a private Facebook group to build a sense of community and for accountability. Now, accountability and community will be a big part of our work together, because when we are in a group, the energy is very powerful and the energetic vortex grows. So we're all like a spoke in a wheel, and that wheel starts to rotate, and it is going to be attuned with the energy of success. Now, this isn't another strategy or framework on marketing and sales. Please, it's not. It's not about how to get clients, and it's not for those who don't want change. It's not for those that fall into victim energy, and it's not for those that want someone else to fix them. It is a way to find your highest energetic vibration so that you become an energetic magnet and attract clients, finances, relationships that are right for you and support your growth. Now, in our last round of the Inner Circle of Success, Anita launched her first program after procrastinating for months before, and she made 5 figures. Annalise made a return on investment of 240% and now has a waiting list of clients. Kelly's relationship turned around full circle and she's living a very, very happy life now. Samantha received an unexpected $15,000 raise, unsolicited, unasked for. And Samantha as well has started an exciting new romantic relationship, which she never thought she would do. Now, all of these results are really tangible and lived, and they're the sorts of results you can expect too. And it all comes from diving into your inner world and uncovering more and more of what makes you shine. Now, some of you know me because you work one-to-one with me, and you know that working one-to-one is usually the way that I work with clients, and that, you know, my fees begin at £7,500 for 3 months. But the investment for the Inner Circle, which is held over 6 months, is only £3,000 plus VAT if you're in the UK. But places are limited. I'm only opening this up to 10 women. So if you are interested in joining this group, I want you to click the link that I'm posting in the chat. I hope Chris is going to do that for us. And to fill out the application. And then you and I will jump on a call to see if we are a good fit and to answer any questions that you may have. Now, for those of you that fill out that application form today, if you end up investing and joining the Inner Circle of Success, you'll also get a one-to-one bonus call with me worth £750. Now, in my experience, some of you watching will be used to taking action on this. You're probably doing that now. You are the doers. You're used to doing something that's in alignment with your growth. And some of you watching will be what I call dabblers. Dabblers like to learn and listen, but rarely implement. And they go around in circles of learning and finding excuses as to why they can't change and why it hasn't worked. Now, the doers out there are never sure how it's going to work for them, but they've seen how it's worked for me. They resonate with my energy. They've seen how it's worked for other people. So they have faith that it will work for them too. The doers are the ones that I want in this group. So if you're a doer, fill in the application, because if you join me, we are going to have 6 months of high vibrational shift and changes. That's going to mean that the life that you're living now is something completely different to the one that is coming through for you. Now, do we have any questions about the journey? I can't see any, but that's okay. This is on a live stream as well on my Facebook page, which is Sarah Negus. So if you've sat with it for a while and you have questions about the journey, then you can go on the live stream and put it in the thread, and I'll answer it later, because sometimes questions come in after a while of sitting with things. Now, that's pretty much all I have time for today. All of you will receive a replay of this call, which will remain live for a few days before being taken down. But time does pass quickly. And you know for certain that the next 6 months are going to happen. What isn't certain is who you'll be at the end of that 6 months. Will you be your best self? Will you be living your true potential? Will you be in love with life? Will you be joyfully working in your business? If you do have a vision of your future self in 6 months, making more of an impact, feeling free to be your amazing, unique self, then do click the link and come and apply for the inner circle, and we'll get on a 15-minute call and I'll answer all of your questions about what we'll be working on and how it will shift you. I can see that we have got a couple of questions which I'm going to answer. Maggie says that she received a golden apple and a golden arrow. Any idea of what that could mean? Yes, the golden apple is the invitation to understand that you are wise, that you have all of the information that you need. You're actually really knowing. You've learned a lot in your life, but that you're not allowing yourself to be wise. You're kind of reticent to share your wisdom. Now, the golden arrow means that if you do share your wisdom, what happens is it hits the heart of other people and impacts them for the better. So, Maggie, I don't think I know you yet, but I would say that's a very powerful symbolic message there for you to allow your wisdom to come through and for you to speak your truth more often and more confidently so that your message can really change people and help them. And then we have a question from Holly Sue. I received a smoky golden stardust like a wave, and it went into my mouth after my heart was lassoed. Any ideas about the golden smoke? Yes, the golden smoke is to clear out your throat chakra. Holly Sue, I don't think that you speak your truth at all. I think that you have an inner mean voice that stops you from having conversations clearly. And it might be that you don't like conflict. And it might be that you think by sharing what means so much to you, people won't like you. But that's not the case. If you give people the opportunity to see who you really are, then they can show up and meet you where you are. So I would invite you, Holly Sue, to when you get the replay, to go and do that journey again and allow the smoky golden stardust to go back in and do some more work. Wonderful. Then we have Rosemary Clark. I saw a Native American woman shaman who seemed to be me. Any ideas? Well, yes, Rosemary, that would be you. And I would say that you are spiritually gifted, have the ability to be the bridge between this world and the alternative realities and the possibilities of the future, but you're afraid of it. Somehow the word shaman isn't something that you would like to talk about as you, but it's a very strong message that it is there for you, should you want to explore it. Kerry Maitland, I felt my hands get very warm, not necessarily any strong images. That's fine. Your hands have chakras in them, and they, when they're turned up this way, they are in receive mode. So your hands were receiving information and energy, which you may not well have been aware of, but that's okay. You received it anyway, and it came through for you. Again, Kerry, when you get the replay, do it again, and it may well be that you get, maybe not strong images, but you get more of a knowing. I think that probably you get your clairsentient and claircognizance, which is that you know and feel things rather than see them. And then there's a telephone number here, 88112647. I received a tiara with a purple diamond stone. Yeah, so that's an invitation for you to step into the queen energy and connect with spiritual information much more fully. Now, when I say queen energy, I don't mean off with her head and I'm so great and I'm much better than you. I mean the queen energy is sovereignty. It's about owning your own life, taking responsibility for it, and understanding that your difference is success. It's that whole thing about you being different to everyone else and having merit in that. Tracy B. My gift wasn't nearly as highbrow as those mentioned. I was given a little hula dancer doll. Well, that means that you really do need to move your physical body. The dancer doll is a kind of an invitation for you to connect with your inner child. I would say that you don't play very much, that there's a little bit of an intenseness in your energy that if you let go of and be more playful, you'll find that more things come for you. Now, anyone that is wanting to apply, do hit the button, hit the link, and come and apply for your 15-minute call with me. There are questions that that's part of the application process to complete when you do that. I just wanted to say that because I didn't say it earlier. Nina, you got quite relaxed, but that was it. It's quite frustrating, but you won't give up. Okay, so is being relaxed good for you, and is frustration something that you feel often in your life? Nina, next time I invite you to write all the things that you're frustrated about before you go into the journey, and let's see if we can clear some space up in your mind, because at the moment it's a kind of a little bit cluttered. Tiana, an owl came all the way, felt like the ability to see in the darkness. Yes, and the owl is the oracle, if you like. It is a symbol of inner knowing to be expressed. And I think that you do that already, but I invite you to do that even more, to not be afraid of what comes through you, and to continue to work on your own self so that you can create more space and have a clearer channel. Lisa, she was flying next to me and whispering into your ear, so good, more of that. And then Tereska, you've seen yourself as a little girl sitting on the forefront of the house by the sea. Never been to that house. It felt very calm. Yes. Tereska, inner child work for you is something that I would invite you to do more of. However much work we do on that inner aspect, that childhood aspect of ourselves, there's always more to do. And I can see that as a very potent part of your growth. Now, a house is symbolic of your family. So a house by the sea is your unconscious mind. So if you allow your child, perhaps in the next time, you can play the journey forwards and you can allow that little girl to go into the house and to look out into the sea and invite what's in the sea ready to be seen to come through. Okay. I think that it is where we are. One more question. Vivi met Yoda and a childhood version of God as an old man. Great. So there's information there for you. If you allow yourself to open your heart and your mind to the possibility that there's more than what you know already. So if there's an element of, I've learned all this, therefore I know it, can you get curious? Can you be the student once more, but the student of yourself? I think that's very strong for you there, Vivi. Now, I think that is actually all I have time for. There are 10 spots available on my inner circle of success. There is an application process, so please do click the link. It will take you to book a 15-minute call with me and answer some questions. The calls are on Friday, and the questions of the application will appear once the call is booked. Now, I'm seriously excited to talk to all of you. So if you've got questions and you would love to apply for my inner circle of success, be one of the 10, do hit the link and come and apply and join me on Friday to have a chat. And remember, today is the only day that you can be eligible for the free one-to-one bonus call with me. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I've had a blast. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is going to stay live for just a few days. So do practice and hit the link, apply for your call with me, and I will see you on Friday. I hope. Lots of love. Bye, guys.